Project 2025 is coming to fruition even in liberal states like Oregon. This is actually crazy. Because as you can see with the headline below, states are now going to have to start dealing with BS freedom of speech lawsuits, which put states in a position where they're going to have to accept anti-LGBT people who want to foster and adopt the children that they're trying to protect. The lady in this lawsuit is Jessica Bates, a single widowed mother of 5 children who applied to foster because she believes the Christian God sent her a message telling her it was her purpose to adopt more children. Foster youth are wards of their respective states. And Oregon, the state responsible for every child in its foster care system, has a policy that people hoping to foster children need to honor the identities of every child in its foster care system, including LGBT children. Jessica Bates didn't like the rules. She said that she would not use a child's chosen name or pronouns. She would not allow a child to dress how they like. She said that she would not take a child to a doctor for gender dysphoria treatment. And she said in an interview that if a child came out to her as LGBT, she would, quote, remind them of Christ. Jessica is only involved in Oregon's child welfare system because she wants to adopt a child. She wants to extract foster youth and take them as her own. But the reality is, with most foster youth, these children have parents. They have families. So this idea that Oregon is creating rules to honor children's identities has a lot to do with protecting children as well as their families. It doesn't make sense that a child who has parents that would honor their identity would end up being cared for by a caretaker who does not honor that identity and instead wants to shove their religion down this child's throat. Oregon doesn't have an issue with Christians fostering children in its system. Oregon has an issue with people not honoring the identities of the children that the state is responsible for. The judges who ruled in Jessica's favor argued that Oregon's efforts to promote the health and safety of LGBT children in foster care are legitimate, but they found that the state's regulations are too broad because it prevents Bates from serving as a foster caregiver in any capacity. They're basically arguing that the First Amendment makes every single American eligible to care for vulnerable children in foster care, which in my eyes is a pretty dangerous precedent. The dissenting judge wrote that the rule doesn't regulate foster caregivers' speech, it regulates their conduct. In his eyes, the problem is that she wants to take these children, but only on her terms. Which, yeah, he's got a point. Throughout the past century, child welfare in America has quickly devolved into a marketplace where foster youth and adoptable children are seen and treated as commodities. Case in point, Jessica doesn't want to foster children, she wants to adopt them. She's just using the foster care system to be able to adopt those children. And let's be real here, these MAGA people are hypocrites. If it was about restoring the family and protecting children rather than discriminating against LGBT people, why is the person at the center of this lawsuit not in the heterosexual intact marriage that these people worship?